Hi everybody, it's the Empowered Target. It's about 5:30 in the morning and we're working on another night where it's not as much sleep as that I'm not getting as much sleep as I need. My head gets buzzed so badly at night that I can't fall asleep and I can't get my body comfortable. So we're working on that. We're in the phase of sleep deprivation, and I'm just working my way through that. But I wanted to make a video because I've noticed a pattern, not just in this program, but throughout my life. I've noticed a pattern where malignant narcissists and other mentally disordered people use cruelty to get what they want for control. And I've never noticed it more than I do now. And I have to say that cruelty doesn't equal power. Cruelty equals mental illness. Cruelty equals unresolved issues. Cruelty equals pain. And cruelty also equals weakness, but it does not equal power. Yet, the cruelty that is being dumped all over targeted individuals and being displayed by the perpetrators is beyond, it's inhumane. Anybody that's targeted knows that it's completely inhumane. And they do it for power. But how does being cruel to someone else make you powerful? So I don't think the way they think, thank God. My mind doesn't work that way. But I'm not a malignant narcissist or a sociopath. I'm a normal, rational, average person with a lot of common sense. And I was raised by a very cruel person. It's just part of their sadism. There's always that sadistic element. But cruelty never makes you more powerful. It is a sign that there is something deeply, deeply wrong with the person who is displaying that behavior. So, let me just give an example of some of the things that I've noticed. I read Mein Kampf, which was the biography about Hitler and what made him hate the Jews so much. And it wasn't just Jews. It was anybody that was different, anybody he didn't understand. But it was predominantly the Jews. And turns out that Hitler's grandmother was a maid, and she worked for a Jewish man. And he impregnated her. So Hitler's father was half Jewish, which made Hitler a quarter Jewish. So he had Jewish blood in his body, and it pissed him off. So Hitler was afraid of the Jews because they were very successful business owners, intelligent people. And through that fear came the cruelty. Because these people don't know how to direct their anger at one person. They have to take it out on an entire gender, an entire race, an entire society. Everybody has to go because of one person's mistake or whatever their perception is. But his hatred of the Jews was about fear, and he had to get rid of people that were too smart, that were better than him, that were more successful than him, because he has to be the shiniest object in the room. And since he cannot compete and he cannot raise to that level, he has to take them down to his level. I see that in my life and in my targeting. They can't come up to my level, so they have to drag me all the way down to theirs. Because again, they have to be on top. They have to shine, and only them. And they don't have what it takes to shine. So they just have to remove the shine from other people so they seem more shiny. And that's the mentality behind the abuse that I'm facing. You know, it's a comparison would be you want to seem taller than everybody else, so you walk around with stilts on. You're not actually taller, you just appear taller. Everybody else seems smaller. But they're not. So that's what happens when you get in the mind of somebody who is so filled with pain and unresolved issues and what they do to other people and the atrocities that they commit against other people because of their pain. Because cruelty equals pain, cruelty equals mental illness, but it does not equal power. And everybody seems to just be so obsessed with power and control. I don't understand it, but what I will say is that human beings tend to seek what they don't have. What is this obsessive need to control others? Well, in my opinion, it's part of the paranoia. I have to know everything that person's doing. I have to know what they say. Are they talking about me? That's part of their paranoia, along with the constant surveillance. That's all paranoid behavior. But there's also a lack of control. So the most controlling people I've ever met are the people that are completely lacking control. They can't control their own emotions, their own reactions, and so they try to control their surroundings. It's similar to my neighbor can't control me, so he slanders my name and spreads lies about me because he wants to control what other people think of me. There always has to be that sense of control. Because in these sick people's minds, control equals power. So the reality, because these are delusional thoughts on the part of the perpetrators. It's a complete delusion. True power and true control stuff comes from within. Controlling your own emotions, controlling your own thoughts, controlling your own behavior. That's where the power is. Not trying to control your environment or everybody in it. That's not true control. So there's such a misconception about power and control. It's all attached to fear and insecurity and the desperate need to cover that up because they don't want to appear weak. Yet what I see through all this bravado and this chest pounding and this constant need to prove that you're somebody and something important and you matter and you better obey me. Underneath all that is such a scared child. Someone who's got some deep-seated issues, unresolved issues. And other people always have to suffer because of it. So that is my perspective. It's what I have learned throughout my life. Because when you have a parent who is so cruel and intentional with their own child, you have to ask the question, what did I do to deserve this? And I learned a long time ago that you don't have to do anything but exist. These are people that are looking and hunting for targets. They need some place to dump all these unresolved issues. And that's a pattern that I have seen with abusers. And they all seem to have some degree of narcissism. So it's certainly a pattern that has followed me through life. It's made me sit up and take notice. But as a targeted individual, I look at these people that are committing these atrocities against other humans, and I think, something's wrong with you. I no longer stop and go, what did I do? Oh, I feel bad about me. Never have I ever opted that attitude. Never. Because it isn't about me. It's about their unresolved issues, their problem, their insecurities. And the harder they try to cover it up, the more obvious it becomes. They might as well wear a t-shirt that says, I am so insecure. That's how I see it. Because truly, someone who is a very strong, confident person doesn't have to go around trying to prove themselves all the time, the way all of my perpetrators do. And so that's my perspective, but cruelty does not equal power. Cruelty equals mental illness. You all stay safe and sane. Till next time.